Good morning, class. Welcome again to this lecture of CSA 2. We are going through the unit number 6, that is simulation and modeling. So we already studied what do you mean by simulation, what is simulation, what is the use of simulation, then why simulation is at all required, that we have seen, then what are the fields where you can use simulation. And again, in the last lecture, the previous one, we have seen what are the steps in simulation. And what do you mean by those different steps, like problem formulation, setting up of objectives, model conceptualization, data collection, model transformation, verification, validation, experimental design, product design, documentation, reporting, and implementation. So we have seen all these things. Now it is time for us to, again, we have seen certain real world example that exactly why is simulation required and what would be the process of the simulation, what would be the steps, and then the different types of simulation. Basically these are the states of the system. So you have different kinds of systems, so we can have different kinds of simulations like discrete simulation, continuous simulation, mixed simulation, dynamic and static simulation. Then we have exactly seen how the simulation helps us. With the simulation you can make a model, and by simulating that model you can even improve that particular model. So that is all about simulation. Then next we have seen the different kinds of models of simulation, and we have seen so many examples regarding it. Suppose if you want to study the flight pattern, so at the times when it is not possible to construct a model, a physical model, or it is not possible to directly go for the trials, or you do not have, or that is not economic to construct such a model. Such a model means to build the system in the reality. So at that time you can make a simulation and run it on your system. You can use certain tools, softwares, certain tips and techniques, and by that you can predict the performance of the system. Along with the prediction of the performance, you can also understand the importance of the prominent variables, that is which affect the system most. Some variables, you can say that out of 10 different parameters that you choose to study, out of those 10 different parameters, to prominently affect that particular system. If they are increased beyond a level, if they are decreased beyond a level, or if they are not at all considered, then system is going to affect very prioritarily. That is, the system is going to affect in the major ways. So that is the thing. So that is what again you can study from simulation, and there can be very many things. Then we have seen each and step in details, that what do you mean by experimental design, then what is validation, what is verification, then what is documentation, what are basically steps in simulation, what do you mean by data collection, what are the methods, and then so we have seen almost everything that one can cover in simulation to a large extent, almost everything. Okay, now today we are going to see systems, models, and simulations. That means we can study what are the different systems. So we already know the system, experiment with the actual system, ways to study system. So if you want to study a system, here you can see what are the ways. Experiment with the actual system, that means with the actual system. Now what is the system? So there can be a thermodynamic system, there can be a system in a bank, and anything can be a system. That means when you consider certain parameters, suppose if you we have already discussed in the previous lecture that if we had a problem of number of customers into a coffee shop, so on weekends, that is on Saturdays and Sundays, the number is increasing rapidly. So to serve them, there something needs to be done. So that kind of thing could be a system. So what you can do, you can learn. So you can learn, that means you can study the system by actually experimenting with it. So that is one of the best ways. So you can directly experiment it. Okay, add one thing, remove one thing, put one constraint, take another constraint, and so many things you can do. There can be so many variations. So that is the first thing, you can actually experiment with the system. Second part is experiment with the model of the system. Now we have already know there are certain situations where it is not at all possible for us to actually take the runs or trials or experiment on the system. It is not possible for us to consider the system. For example, we have seen when there is a specific issues with a particular flights on particular temperature, pressure, or at a specific barometric height, or whatever it is. So there are issues during the flying of a specific plane, a jet, or whatever. Then you cannot study or experiment with that कि okay you increase the pressure because there can be the loss of life and property. So at that places you can experiment with the model, so you can create a model. So that is another way to study a system. Then models can be, there can be so many different models, we can see it in detail. So it could be a physical model. So physical model, for example, you must have seen the boiler. So what we have done, we have prepared the physical model of the boiler. That means they are made up to a particular scale. Now we have just made the boiler. Now if we actually make it as per the dimensions and the constraints, and you actually put some run on it, that means you actually run the experiments. You bring some coal, you fire it, and then you create the steam out of it, and that you utilize for electricity generation or so. So that kind of model would be a physical model, wherein you can study from it and you can get the actual readings. Second kind of model is mathematical model. Now mathematical model is, there are certain parameters in every system, whatever system you consider, any system you consider. For example, you consider the system that you are producing water, you are producing electricity from a waterfall. From water you are producing the electricity, and the water is falling from a certain height over a specific turbine. Now the velocity which the water strikes on the turbine, the speed at which the turbine fan moves, and the distance where in the shafts are being connected, and the parameters of the generator, then the velocity of the air, then the type of flow, turbulent or the kind of water, or so many number of factors which are used in producing this electricity. So there is a certain relation between them, and relation means we already know the relation: direct proportional, indirectly proportional. If suppose the number of people increases, then certain things, that is the number of useful items, usable items will increase. It is but obvious. So same is, there are certain relations: inverse proportion, direct proportion, and there can be relations like A is equal to 1.3a plus 2.3b raised to the power exponential, likewise. So there could be a specific equations, and if you have like you can use you have already seen certain various methods, mathematical things you already just like Newton-Raphson's method for statistical data. Then you have seen Lorentz theorems. Again, so many things are there. So you can form a mathematical model. So mathematical model you can form, and from that you can study the system. Then there is analytical solution. So in mathematical form you can have analytical solution. That means from the mathematical model itself, by writing the certain equations, you can find like Fourier series and so many things, you can find the solution. You can find the solution. Suppose there is a particular equation, and when you solve that equation, you come to a particular conclusion, you get the exact relation between them, and thus you have analyzed a particular system. That means you have already seen it when you solve the problems, when you have to balance the two sides, that is the heat generated, then when one property is removed, and so you already know that you are forming equations on two sides, and based on that you are having certain relations in them, and you are analyzing it. So that is an analytical model. So it is part of mathematical model itself. Then next comes our point, that is simulation. So now we can take the help of those parameters and we can build a simulated system. So we can build a simulation model. Simulation model you can build on a graphics with the use of graphing aids tools on a computer screen, and there you can do the same thing. You will experiment with the system. Now here what you are doing, you are experimenting on a screen. You are putting the variable, you are increasing the variable, and so many things. Suppose if you want to study the effect of the thermal stresses on a particular system during you can say any kind of metallurgical operations like hardening, tempering, etc., etc. So at that time, what would be the effect of one parameter being improved, one parameter being reduced? So that you can study and with the help of certain models. That is what you call simulation. Now you can see the different types of models. So we have already seen now what this model does. So physical model, it is based on analogies as mechanical or civil. I have already given you an example, that is you are producing, you have prepared a boiler, and on that particular boiler you have manufactured something, that is a physical model, and that is a particular runtime model. That means you are taking readings from it. So that is a dynamic model. Dynamic means runtime, you are getting the actual readings from it. So that is a dynamic model. So dynamic model means here you can get the actual readings. That means you can take runs on it. You can have trials on it. You can increase the variables and you can have trials on it by changing the parameters. Static model means you are just prepared a model which is independent of time. That means by the passage of the time it will not be affected. So that model will not be affected by the passage of the time. But there are models where we want dynamism. Suppose we, for example, consider the example of a bank. In a bank, okay, when we are talking about mechanical, let us not consider the example of a bank. Consider the example of a forage cutter. We have already discussed that. So when the input will increase, the output will be affected. So it is very simple. By the increase of the input, the output will increase. So we are not just demonstrating the process, we are actually interacting with the process, and by varying the parameters, we are getting different results. So that is how the system is dynamic. So that could be a dynamic model, static model. Then mathematical model, it uses notation, symbolic equations and so many things. We already know mathematical model. In that again you can have dynamic, that is system changes with time. So again it can be dynamic and it can be static. Static can be numerical, static can be analytical, dynamic can be analytical, and dynamic can be numerical. So in detail we can see that mathematical model can be static and can be dynamic. Dynamic models in mathematics means we are considering the changes in the system. The system changes with respect to particular time. So if the condition of system is A at a specific time, then after a time interval the condition of the system will become B. Suppose if you are studying the flow of flue gases from a particular equipment, suppose the flue gases are flowing, so by the passage of the time that particular proportion will increase. So that kind of model you are considering mathematically, that is a dynamic thing. Static, it can be numerical and analytical. Analytical means deductive reasoning of mathematical theory, and numerical means computation to procedure to solve problem. So numerical we already understand, wherein you can use certain numbers to solve the problem. Analytical means out of which you are deriving a specific logic, out of a specific logic. And then in dynamic and numerical you can have system simulation. So when you come for dynamic model, that is with changes with respect to time, and you have mathematically already pointed it, you have already prepared a method. I'll tell you, there are like Buckingham's pi theorem, there are certain theorem like Fourier series. तो यहाँ पे आप लोग क्या करते हो, कुछ पैरामीटर कंसिडर करते हो और फिर उसको आप इक्वेशन बना के सॉल्व करते हो रियल वर्ल्ड की सिचुएशन. सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट जो था वो क्या है कि आपने जो भी प्रॉब्लम फॉर्मुलेट किया है वो रियल वर्ल्ड से मैच करो. इट शुड बी एग्जैक्टली, इट शुड रिप्रेजेंट द रियल वर्ल्ड सिचुएशन एग्जैक्टली, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दोज पैरामीटर्स यू हैव टू कंसिडर द वैल्यूज. सपोज यू के फॉर ए एज अ फ्यूल कंजप्शन, बी एज heat produced, C as waste gases, D as flue gases, then E as your output, a particular XY thing as your efficiency. Then what is the relation between them, between the output and the efficiency and these variables. Now what happens, you vary one, you change another, you increase one. So that is how it is dynamic, because with respect to time it is changing and it is based on numericals, numbers. Suppose the output, if you want more output, what you could do the system. And when you do it on a computer screen, when you see it there by the use of tools or softwares or simulation software, that is called as simulation. That is called as system simulation. So these are the different kinds of models. When we will go for a project work, surely you must go for these things like a model and everything. Now we are discussing from a long time the system word. So let us go in details about what do you exactly mean by system. A system is a group of objects that are joined together in some interaction or interdependence toward the accomplishment of some purpose. For a specific certain purpose that you have to achieve, there are certain objects which are being joined together. This can be mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, then general. We do not apply any technical parts. It could be a general system. So that is all a system. A very simple example could be you are producing, suppose some heat is being produced, or there is certain black body which is absorbing the heat, or you are using certain system wherein, suppose if you are cooling a water, if you are here heated the water and then you are cooling it, so then there is the interaction between for heating the water you must be requiring certain temperature, certain heating devices, and for cooling you are keeping it open into the environment. So the environment will act with it, so the heat will transfer from exactly from higher to lower, and then both will have a equivalence. So there are certain thermodynamic laws, है ना. तो ये सारी चीजें, so all this is a particular system. तो आपने थर्मोडायनामिक सिस्टम की बात की, फिर कैसी एक बैंकिंग सिस्टम हो गई, एक एग्जांपल हो गया. सो ऑल दैट इज सिस्टम. तो सिस्टम को हम लोग कैसे बना सकते हैं कि जहां पर ऑब्जेक्ट जुड़े. जैसे देखो, अगर आप एडमिशंस लेते हो तो आपको पहले एक फॉर्म भरना है, फिर वो फीस पे करना है, ये करना है. तो अब किसी दिन बहुत सारे लोग आ रहे हैं तो हम क्या करेंगे, इस प्रोसेस में चेंज कर देंगे. ठीक है, आप सब पहले फॉर्म भर लो या आप ऑनलाइन कर लो. तो ये भी एक तरह की सिस्टम है. तो इसी को हम सिमुलेट करके देख सकते हैं क्या स्टडी करना है. तो सिस्टम मतलब क्या है कि कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स है, उनके बीच में का इंटरडिपेंडेंस, कुछ रिलेशन या कुछ भी एक तरह का उनके बीच में आपस में कनेक्शन. व्हाई? टू अचीव अ स्पेसिफिक पर्पस. It is a group of objects that are joined together in some interaction or interdependence toward the accomplishment of some purpose. Very well defined. Now we already know there are certain definitions. Let's go through them one by one. Entity. So we have already discussed a lot about entity. We have seen entity relation diagram, ER model. We have already seen that. So we easily understand what you mean by entity. Anything which has attributes or properties, you can call it as an entity. So it could be any part of the system. So there a system contains of an entity, task, activity, so many things. So entities means anything which has attributes or properties. We already know that. Then task, single unit of work. Single unit of work. For example, if you are supposed filling the scholarship or exam form, so what you have to do? First of all, you have to fill up the form. You have to select your subjects. Then you have to pay the fees at certain portal. Then you have to attach the receipt. Then you have to upload that form, and then you will get its ki okay, that is done. You will get the acknowledgement ki okay, that your part is done. So now you can break this entire activity in single task. So first one is downloading, suppose for a form. You are downloading the form, that is one task. Then you are filling the form with correct quotes and abbreviations and everything, that is the second part. Third part, you are paying the amount somewhere else, that is third part. Then you are joining the receipt and uploading that form on a particular website or wherever it is required, that is the fourth form. And finally you are getting the acknowledgement that you have paid that particular fees. So it can be divided into 5 different tasks. So it is a very simple thing, single unit of work, that is called as task. Activity represents a time period of specific length. Now these are the simple tasks. Now but in that task you are carrying certain activities. Suppose form filling. So you are filling the form, you are writing your name, writing your roll number. So what task you are doing? You are being given the task of filling the form. That means you have to fill your admission forms and pay the fee. So you are filling the admission form is one of the tasks. Paying the fees is one of the tasks. Downloading that form was one of the tasks. Submitting was one of the tasks. Getting acknowledgement was one of the tasks. Though you are not doing it, but you have to get that acknowledgement as you have to show it somewhere. So it can be broken into 5 different tasks. Now in each task there can be several number of activities. So what could be the activity? Suppose you are filling the form. So there you have to write your roll number, your name, you have to select the subject codes, your practical, your theory, etc. etc. That could be a activity. So how activity you can define? Activity represents a time period of a specific length. A time period of a specific length for anything. You are doing something and what is the time required for specific thing. State of a system. Connection of variables necessary to describe the system at a particular state. State of a system is directly means, suppose if you click a picture, so what exactly comes into that picture? आप कैमरे से एक फोटो निकालते हो तो उस वक्त जो कुछ भी कैद होता है वो एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम पे कैद हुआ है, एक स्पेसिफिक इंस्टेंस पे कैद हुआ है. तो स्टेट ऑफ सिस्टम मतलब क्या होता है? ये एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम पे वो सिस्टम कैसी थी, बस यही हो गया स्टेट ऑफ अ सिस्टम. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ स्टेट ऑफ अ सिस्टम. इट कुड बी इन डिफरेंट स्टेट्स. अब जैसे हम आगे आगे बढ़ेंगे तो सिस्टम के जो स्टेट्स हैं, तो अगर वी कैन टॉक अबाउट डिफरेंट स्टेट्स ऑफ दैट सिस्टम कि ओके इट इज इन बिल्डिंग स्टेज or it is being completely done, or it is in the second stage, or it is in the third stage, or whatever it is. But at any particular instance, एक specific time पे कि सिस्टम के जो हमारे वेरिएबल्स हैं वो कैसे है उसको जो डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं वो हो गया हमारा स्टेट ऑफ सिस्टम. देन वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन डिस्क्रीट सिस्टम. Instantaneously with time scale. Production line, you are continuously producing something, so by the passage of the time it is being changing. वो चेंज होते चला जा रहा है. वो डायनामिक सिस्टम नहीं है, वो सिस्टम आपकी चेंज होते चले जा रही है. आप एक होटल में गए हो, आपने एक ऑर्डर लिया, आपने ऑर्डर प्लेस किया, आपका ऑर्डर है, आपने पैसे दिए, आप चले गए, दूसरा पर्सन है उसने ऑर्डर पैसे किया. तो जैसे जैसे टाइम बढ़ते चले जा रहा है वो सिस्टम आगे आगे बढ़ते जा रही है. वो ऐसा नहीं है कि एक ही जगह पे बैठ के आकर वो सिस्टम रुक गई है. सो दैट इज अ डिस्क्रीट सिस्टम. अब उसके बाद में कंटिन्यूस सिस्टम मतलब क्या होता है कि चेंज कंटिन्यूसली हो रहा है. आप जैसे आप गाड़ी चला रहे हो, तो आप गाड़ी चला रहे हो मतलब होटल में के एग्जांपल में क्या था कि कोई आ रहा है, कोई बैठ रहा है, फिर उसको आप ऑर्डर दे रहे हो, वो सर्व कर रहे हो, फिर उसके बाद में पे कर रहे हो, जा रहा है, फिर हो सकता है कुछ ब्रेक हो, तो वो डिस्क्रीट है, वो टाइम के साथ चेंज हो रही है विथ पर्टिकुलर थिंग. लेकिन कंटिन्यूस सिस्टम में आप बाइक चला रहे हो, तो आप रेस कर रहे हो तो आपकी गाड़ी आगे जा रही है, एक्सीलरेट हो रही है, आप ब्रेक मार रहे हो तो गाड़ी रुक रही है, आप ऑन दे रहे हो, दैट मीन्स यू आर डायरेक्टली कंटिन्यूसली चेंजिंग. वो कंटिन्यूसली जो चेंज हो रहा है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज कंटिन्यूस system. Aircraft, motorcycle, vehicle, anything could be a nice example of that continuous system. discrete system, continuous system. Then now there can be a combination of these things. There can be a combination of this kind of things. कि आप ऐसा बोल सकते हो स्टैटिक सिस्टम है, डायनामिक सिस्टम है, बट स्टैटिक मतलब दैट इज स्टेबल, दैट इज एट अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, इट इज देन एंड देयर ओनली, वो सिर्फ वहीं पर ही, वो होगी स्टैटिक सिस्टम. और जो फिर चेंज होती है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू पर्टिकुलर टाइम, वो होगी आपकी डायनामिक सिस्टम. नाउ जिसकी हम बात कर रहे थे सिमुलेशन में, तो सिमुलेशन में हमने देखा था वन ऑफ द स्टेप्स इन द सिमुलेशन इज डेवलपिंग द मॉडल, कंसेप्चुअलाइजेशन ऑफ द मॉडल एंड देन मेकिंग द मॉडल. तो अब वो जो मॉडल की हम बात करते हैं, सिस्टम मॉडलिंग की बात करें कि एक्चुअली एक सिस्टम को कैसे मॉडल करते हो. इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ सिमुलेशन ओनली. आप जैसे सिमुलेशन के स्टेप्स यहाँ पर कर रहे हो, बट नाउ विल सी इन डिटेल व्हाट डू एग्जैक्टली मीन बाय सिस्टम मॉडलिंग. अ मॉडल इज डिफाइंड एज रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ अ सिस्टम for the purpose of studying the system. We already know that model is a representation of the system, and why we need that particular model? We need that model as we have to study the system. And why do you need to study the system? There can be thousand number of reasons. You have to improve the system, you have to understand the functioning of the system, you have to see the behavior of the system at particular conditions, then you have to know which are the prominent variables in the system, you must have to know at what point of time you are going to get a specific outcome, and so many things to get the efficiency, or there can be thousands of reasons to study the system. And the most important part is that you have to actually implement it somewhere. So that is very much important. Before actually doing something, you want to study it and then you have to implement it. So that could be one of the reason. So model is defined as a representation of system for the purpose of studying the system. So why this model? It is for all of the reasons stated above. It is not substituent part of system. It's like simplification of the system. This is very important. It is not a substituent part of the system. That means it is not a part of the system substituent part. It is exactly that system but in a simplified and lower scale. Or you can say it is scaled on a, it is a scaling. You can say just scaling of the particular system to as much extent as possible, wherein you can study all the effects, what are that is being decided or your prescribed goal. So that is basically modeling. And model is a particular thing which is up to a scale. यानी जितना आप उसको स्केल से बना सकते हो. जैसे आपने आपको एक सपोज साइकिल थी, साइकिल कैसे वर्क करती है, या फिर गाड़ी कैसे, तो इंजन का आपने छोटा मॉडल बनाया, तो उसमें आपने 149 सीसी का नहीं, आपने सिर्फ 1.49 सीसी का बनाया, लेकिन उस पर से आपने स्टडी किया कि ओके ये मॉडल को बड़ा करेंगे तो क्या होंगे, एंड विद दैट यू आर कंसिडरिंग ऑल द फैक्टर्स, ऑल द वेरिएबल्स, एवरीथिंग, लेकिन आप स्टडी उस छोटे से सिस्टम पर कर सकते हो. तो दैट इज द थिंग. Model to do investigation about, and now these are the one and the same thing, they are being written in the different kinds of, all model may have different studying purpose. It is but obvious there can be different studying purposes. The purposes could be any. The purpose could be any: to make a new system, to make the system better, to have some changes in the system, to predict the outcome of the system, or to just you can say why do you model a system or why do you study system, or to just understand the functioning of the system for certain reports, audits, surveys, or whatever it is. What we do in a drill, we regularly perform the same drill every day for flag hosting and march past. We do it. Why we do it? Because we want to practice it. So that is the thing. This is kind of we are taking those drill kind of things. So there can be so many number of purposes. So knowing about the system, investigating about the system, and system could be anything. Remember, it is very important for you to understand what is a system. Anything that comes to your mind which consists of certain tasks and certain activities which are interrelated, interdependent, they are called as system. Now based upon what the system is, how complex it is, how complex are the variables, and how much versatile it is, and what are the factors it has been considered. So based on that thing, you can make a model, you can study a system. Now based on those particular variables, those factors, you can decide whether you have to prepare a mathematical model, a physical model, or you can go for a physical model and you can go for its simulation, or so many different kinds of things. So there are a number of factors that affect this system modeling. Model approach. Then there are certain definitions, few more definitions to a system. It is a collection of entities that interact together over time to accomplish one or more goals. This can help you when you are required to define system. So you must write two, 3 definitions, and then you can give for your explanation. So that will be a good thing when it comes for writing. So system, it is a collection of entities that interact over time to accomplish one or more goal. Model, it is an abstract representation of system, logical, mathematical, or physical state, or a collection of variables that contain necessary information to describe the system at a particular point of time. At a specific point of time, how the system behaves. That is entity, anything which is property. Item, any component in model which represents the system. Now you can easily understand this certain definitions. Item of the system. Item means the part of the system. Any part of the system. If you are talking about a engine, if you are talking about a system wherein you are serving or you are studying the power generation by a specific engine. So now anything, that is the piston, the cylinder, the valve, they are all the part of the system. Or you can say so many variables, they are all the part of the system, so that you can call them as an item. Now event, an instantaneous occurrence that changes the system. Now suddenly something happens and system changes, so that is an event. So that is specifically called as, suppose you are playing cricket and suddenly someone hits a six, so entire thing changes. So that means something is changed, so that is a specific event. So there are events, activity already seen, action is a series of changes. Now these changes continuously, they represent the actions. We already make it clear the difference between the task, activity and action. Task means you are here to do something, activity means small things you are doing in that, and changes, action means the series of continuously changes things, that is called as actions. Event means at a particular moment of time something happens that changes the system. Suppose for example, you are heating the water on a you are heating the water and then you are cooling it, and suddenly someone takes an ice block and puts it into the water. So suddenly the system will change because its temperature will change suddenly, because certain amount of ice having too much cooling, having very low temperature, so it will very fast it will absorb the heat from that particular water, and the water will get cooled very fast. So sudden event will change the system, so that is called as an event, something that happen instantaneously and which changes the system. You are walking where you are riding a bike and suddenly someone comes in between, then you pulled all the brakes, your full speed, and then you balanced your vehicle. So that is a kind of instantaneous occurrence, so there it's called as event. Transform, an action that changes the attributes but not the components. So that is very important. Transformation means it changes the attributes but not the components. That means the components are the same, but the attributes are changed. That means the properties are being changed. So that is called as transformation. That when you say you are a student and when you scored well, you have been transformed into the very bright student. So components are same. You are one and the only thing. Suppose you are driving a vehicle and you drive very fast. So the speed is changed. You have added something new into it. The components are same, but the action something changed it. That changes the attribute. That means your vehicle, suppose there are certain issues with it. So what you have done? You have done servicing of your vehicle. You have done servicing. You have cleaned all the things, and now your vehicle is acting. And now your vehicle is getting driven very fast. So though the components are changed, the attributes of the system, that is the properties of the systems, are changing. That is transform. Process, a series of state change, an action that splits the components or join the components. So now from these components of modeling, we will see it again in the next lecture, so that you people should understand it more. So what we have seen today, we have just seen what is system modulation, what are different kinds of model, what are the components of system, then what is system modeling, components of modeling, and then need of modeling, and these three things we will see in detail in the next lecture. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, thank you class, good day, Jai Hind.